So in this video, I wanted to compare a couple of pairs of sneakers that are around that $160, $165 price point. Let you guys know some of the pros and cons of each of the models. Some of them I have here, some of them I don't actually have in front of me, but I have tried them in the past. But let's go ahead and get to this though. There's quite a few great models on the market for a $160, $165 range. I throw in the 165 because this is a shoe that I have to include. It's pretty much my favorite shoe, just throwing it out from the beginning of the video. The New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 V13, I absolutely love that model. It's super squishy and soft and great on feet. It's like my go-to, to be honest. But there's other pairs out here that are excellent as well. Well, let's just be honest. Let's be real for a second, though. Any of these shoes are excellent. Any ability to just have the choice to be able to wear certain things. If you're in a position to be able to actually choose what you're wearing and be picky, and we're privileged. It's super privileged, and be thankful for the fact that you have the ability to choose between excellent footwear and which is better. At the end of the day, super thankful. I would be thankful just to have one pair of any of them, let alone being able to tell you which is my favorite ones out of all of the the ones that I've been trying. So wanted to point that out from the beginning. It's kind of like an unspoken rule. Hopefully you guys understand that by now, but it's something I always feel like I have to reiterate from time to time. Anyways, there's some pretty awesome pairs out there. There's two of them from On Running that are at that $160 price point, and I've done reviews on these independently. They're both excellent shoes. Out of these two, I would actually say the Cloud Surfers are my favorite. Depending on what you're looking for, the reasons why I think this is my favorite is because it is softer on feet. It's just squishier overall on feet. It's also a little bit lighter. It's also a little bit more breathable and a lot more plush around the collar and the tongue of the shoe. So if you're looking for plushness, comfort at the forefoot, this is definitely the better option of the two. It's my go-to, my favorite one, over the Cloud Monsters that are more expensive and over a couple of the other models. But alternatively, you have another great model, and these are the Tilts. These are also excellent as well, not as soft on feet, but if you want something that just has more all-around feel, I think this is a better option for those people that just want something a little bit more stability, just a little bit more feel underfoot. And then also these do have these retractable laces that make this really nice. You don't have to mess with the laces. It's an easy on, easy off solution. Also, the tongue is semi-gusseted on here, which makes this maybe a better option as well. It's just not as breathable as the Surfers, and they are a little bit heavier. The Tilts are 9.6 and the Surfers are 8.4. So pretty big difference in weight. But anyway, both of these are excellent options. I would say the Surfers are a better option for myself, but again, other people are gonna prefer this model, to be honest. But if you do like the overall fit and feel of the Tilts, I would say that the Adidas equivalent would be the Supernova Primas. I think this is another excellent pair. The Supernova Prima features the Dream Strike plus midsole on here. I love that Adidas is bringing out a bunch of different technologies. This version is a nice version. It's a premium version at 160. They do have other versions at 140 and 110. I have a video detailing all 4 different models. I don't actually prefer this one the best out of the 4. I actually prefer the Rises because the tongue is a little bit more relaxed on the Rises, similar to the Cloud Surfers. But if you like extra lockdown feel and just the overall fit, performance driven, this tongue is a better option. A little bit more difficult for me to get on my foot, but once you get it on, the lockdown is good. Also, you do have the most Dream Strike Plus in any of the 4 models that they have on the market currently in this one, and you do feel quite a bit of forefoot squish in this model. In fact, I'm gonna try these on side by side with the Tilts. So trying on these both side by side, it's pretty insane. Both of them are actually really good. I thought the Tilts would have been softer on feet, but as I'm walking around in them, the Tilts are a little bit softer foam. The foam is softer. The Dream Strike Plus, though, does feel like there's more snappiness or a little bit more rebound from it. So just throwing that out there. And I do feel a little bit more in the forefoot in the Dream Strikes as well from Adidas. So surprisingly, very comparable on feet. The Adidas shoes are a little bit more snug across the top, but they're definitely more breathable on the Primas. And just for comparison, the Primas are 10 ounces versus the On Cloud Tilts at the 9.6. Just a teeny bit heavier on the Adidas side at that 160 price point. But I actually do like the feel of the Primas overall. I thought that the Tilts were just better overall until I put them on side by side. And then I was like, oh yeah, actually, these are very comparable in feel. The only thing I don't like is that extra pressure from the tongue, the top part here with the lockdown. I wish that you had the option to have the Supernova Rise tongue on the base of the Supernova Prima, because the Prima is the premium version at $20 more than the Rises, but also has more Dream Strike foam in the forefoot. I just don't love the lockdown on the top. This is a more breathable option than this as well. So which would I rather have out of these two? I like both of them. I would say because of the irritation on the top part of there, I would actually go with the Cloud Surfers, just because I do like just the relaxed feel. If I had to go Cloud Surfers versus the Supernova Rises, I still think the Cloud Surfer is a better option. The Rise has just a smaller stack of foam from the Dream Strike. So these ones I think are the better option. Now from Nike, there's two options at that 160 price point. You have the Nike Vomero 17s, and then you also have the Nike Infinity Run 4s. Now the Infinity Run 4 came out last year, and it was the very first model to feature Nike React X, which is a pretty nice midsole combination there. The new Pegasus 41s actually feature React X as well, and I think is an all-around excellent option for your feet at that $140 price. In fact, I should probably do a video on like the $140 runners. If you guys want that video, leave a comment, because there's so many excellent ones I like around $140 price point. But for this video, 160s, you have the Infinity Run 4s. Those do fit snug, so you should go up a half a size in my opinion, but they're overall very comfortable on feet as well. The midsole is pretty nice. I would say if you want a softer and squishier option for your feet, then the Nike Vomero 17 is probably the better option. In fact, the Nike Vomero side by side, I tried those on next to the Pegasus 41s, and even with the Pegasus 41s being as good as they are, the Vomero 17s were still better overall comfort on feet. And the Vomero 17s are a dual density foam combination there. It does feature Cushlon as well as Zoom X. They removed the Air Zoom unit from the model just to make it a little bit more plush feeling, and it actually worked. Like, they're really plush on feet. I would say it's a really excellent option. Overall comfort on those are really good. They also do offer wide versions of the Vomeros for those people interested in that. I would say comparatively, these are the Vomeros. I still like the Cloud Surfers, I think maybe a little bit more than the Vomeros, but honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them. As I said, any of these options are gonna be excellent, even the lower tiered options. The Pegasus 41 is amazing as well. But if you're looking for comfort, max cushion, I would take the Vomero 17s over the Infinity Run 4s. But it really comes down to this shoe right here, which is my favorite one of the group. It's 9.6 ounces. You have the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080V 13s. If you're looking for soft, squishy feel, this one is a really, really solid one. Decent grip on the bottom, as you can see here as well. Overall breathability is fairly decent as well. It's not the most breathable out of all of them, but it's pretty breathable. And I just love the overall comfort of this shoe. It's just one of the shoes that I just keep throwing on my feet and just am amazed by what they are actually offering with this Fresh Foam X. Now this Fresh Foam X is not the same as we've seen in other versions, but this is the softest version of Fresh Foam X that I've tried in the last 4 models of the 1080s. I absolutely love the 1080 line since the very first time I tried them on. They're just excellent overall. And sizing, I would say they fit true to size. Same as the rest of these, I've tried all these true to size except for the Infinity Runs that I mentioned. But sizing these are true to size in my opinion, 9.5, but they do offer wide versions. I didn't opt to get a wide version. Some people do say that they run a little bit narrow. Maybe I should try to get a wide version for the next one just to see if I prefer it even more. But I have a wide foot, not extra wide, so they fit fine in here. I have no complaints. But the midsole is where all the glory is in this shoe. By far, it's the soft and squishiest out of all of the options. Softer than the Vomero 17s, softer than the On Cloud Surfers. I think that it's just the best like overall experience for somebody that needs something soft on their foot, has just an overall great feel. I feel like this has been my go-to shoe for a while now, and with good reason. It's just a well-built pair of sneakers, and some people don't really love the updates. Some people think that the newer version's too soft. They'd rather have, you know, the 12s that are a little bit firmer underfoot, and I feel like that's probably the only thing that needs to be addressed in the future is they should have different density versions of the shoes. They have different width versions of the shoes. They should have different densities. If they had a super soft version of the Fresh Foam X, like these, I would be super sold every year, like it would be my favorite shoe. But some people don't like that. So if they made a little bit of a firmer version, similar to the 10s, 11s, and 12s, that had that type of density of the Fresh Foam X, I think that some people are gonna like that better and find it more all around appealing and more for everyday wear, because some people might find these just a little bit too soft. So that's the only takeaway that I have from New Balance. Hopefully it's something they can do in the future, is just offering a soft density or a firm density version, or a softer cushion and a firmer version or something. I don't know how you word it. You got to figure out some marketing terms for it. But I feel like if they offer that, they'd have a much broader audience to be able to have purchase their shoes. And in fact, I would be buying both of them, because if I'm going to Disneyland, let's be honest, I love wearing soft, squishy shoes like this, but I do like to start off with like a firmer shoe just to give it a try. And then the next day my foot might be a little bit more fatigued from wearing something a little bit firmer, like Adidas Ultra Boost as an example, like it's a little bit firmer. My foot might feel a little bit more fatigued and I need the extra cushioning the next day. Then bang, I throw on the extra cushioning. So the first day like could be theoretically like a firmer version of the 1080 V13s, and then the second day could be the soft version of the 1080 V13s. I don't know, I would be buying both of them, to be honest, but I think that it would be great if they give options for consumers out there. But that's kind of my 2 cents. Out of all of them, my favorite shoe would have to be the 1080 13s. I don't love the look of these the best, though. I do think that it's not the most attractive versions. I actually really like the looks of the Primas. I actually like the look of the tilts as well. But both of these are the firmer options, probably the snappier, faster options as well. But I do love the overall comfort of the 1080 V13s the best. Runner up would probably be the Cloud Surfers though, out of these in the price range that we're looking at, 160, 165. So these are also, if I didn't mention, are 165, so they are a little bit more expensive. Anyway, way, that's kind of a quick comparison. This wasn't scripted or anything like that. I just wanted to give you guys kind of my 2 cents on some of the models that I've tried. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys do, drop a like on the video, leave some suggestions for other videos. If you guys want to see that 140 price point comparison, I have a couple, like 3 or 4 different models worth a look there. The Rebel fuel cells come to mind, the the Pegasus. There's a whole bunch of good ones over there, the Nova Blast and so on. But if you guys want to buy any of these sneakers that I talked about in the video, links in the description. If you guys do use my links, supports the channel directly, supports my family when you guys use the links, lets the brands know that you guys mess with the channel. So greatly appreciated when you guys do that. Can't thank you guys enough. Have a good rest of the day. Hopefully we'll see you back on the channel for some more content very soon though. All right, peace guys.